How's it going, gamers? It's just your lovable Cammy here, coming at you with a brand new Valorant video. I'm kidding, wrong intro. That's a different channel. So today I wanted to talk about shield characters and hunt characters, because there's something interesting that I learned that makes me never want to use a hunt character with a shield character, just FYI. So this is, I'm gonna give you the most exaggerated response just so I can prove a point. Now, this necessarily won't work with like your normal character, the path of preservation for them, and most of the time it won't work with March 7 as long as you are not putting your shield on, let's say, a Zealy, or God forbid a Su Shang, because Su Shang is going to be even more exaggerated. So I'm going to have some video at the top showing, or I'm going to have some video showing of just what I'm talking about here. And if you look, my character, my Sealy, runs out of the shield before any other character does. So if we look at Gepard here and we look at his ultimate lasts not for rounds, but for individual characters' turns. Meaning that if we have a hunt character whose sole purpose is to have a high speed stat and have as many turns as possible, they're going to be losing their shield faster than anyone else. And for this run that I'm showing you, I'm on the destruction path, and I have I'm just gonna show you real quick. I have a blessing that when you receive damage, you receive 15% less damage, and when player characters are hit, damage taken by the character is equally distributed among all allies. So if you're using a shield character like Gepard, and you're running the path of destruction, and you're using a hunt character, then you're going to be running into the same problem that I ran into in the video. My hunt character, or any of the other characters, for example, my Serval ran out of the shield too because she has a somewhat fast speed. Any of the characters with a high speed stat is going to run out of the shield faster because they're going to take more turns than the Gepard is going to, because Gepard's going to have a low speed stat. And since he has a low speed stat, he's not going to be able to take as many turns. And so, because he can't take as many turns, he's not going to be able to shield the characters as often because he's not getting a lot of energy unless he's getting attacked. So running shield characters with your hunt characters is a big no-no, since, I mean, you're going to be running out of the shield a lot faster, especially if you have a Gepard. Now, if you have a March 7th, and as long as you don't shield the hunt characters and you're instead shielding like destruction characters or just any other character type that doesn't have a high speed stat, then you should be golden. You shouldn't run into this problem at all. You should be completely fine. But just whenever it comes to, you know, especially Gepard, it's like his kryptonite is your own party members. The only thing that makes Gepard bad is his own party members' choices. So if you're running a Sealy, if you're running a Su Shang, and Su Shang is even worse, because Sealy, her talent, whenever you get a kill, it activates Resurgence, and Resurgence doesn't necessarily count as a turn. That's why Ting Yun's talent, or Ting Yun's skill that gives you a damage boost, that lasts for multiple turns, because whenever she procs Resurgent, it doesn't count as a turn. So you can just get a kill, proc Resurgence, get another kill, and that'll count as one turn. Whereas Su Shang, her ultimate, where it guarantees that your turn is next without having to get a kill, it still works a lot worse when it comes to shield characters, because that means that you are guaranteeing that your next turn is going to be counted towards your shield, and you're going to run out of shield even faster than Sealy, which is surprising since she is the highest speed stat in the game. So just play your cards right. Make sure if you're running a Gepard that you don't run like Path of Destruction like I was, just to prove a point, just because if you have Path of Destruction and you have all these cards stacked one another, then you're going to be having your hunt character dying a lot faster than anyone else on the field by far. If anything, if you have a Gepard and you're running a hunt character, then just don't run Path of Destruction, run any of the other paths. Gepard is by far the best character for Simulated Universe, and I will have a video talking about that in the future. But that is the only thing you have to remind yourself of. Just don't run a hunt character with a Gepard, or don't shield him with March 7th or anything like that. So thank you guys for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, and as always, Johnny.